Hello, everybody, and welcome to Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal. Hope
Yeah,
you
it's
liked
never
the
normal.
intro. Yeah, I worked on that a little bit today.
Now we just got to work on getting the merch back up.
That I've been working on too, getting some new stuff created and everything, and it's coming along real good.
Good. I'm working on getting another music permissions.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Yep. If they respond, I'll make you listen to it. I'll be
Okay.
back.
You're going to make me listen to it?
Yep. Huge,
How about?
Hugh? Who the hell is Hugh Jass? I know it's a spam profile. He's saying huge ass.
I know who it is.
It's got to be Chad.
No. Huge ass.
I called it. It is Chad.
Well, he made another Facebook page. I know he got blocked last night.
Yeah, he got blocked for saying that all Americans or a lot of Americans are mutts.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that was.
Wasn't that stupid?
That's ridiculous. He's right.
We have said worse.
Yeah, really.
And, and stuff. I guess maybe he got banned on went to jail on his other one that he created right last night too.
That doesn't make any sense to me. You got to go through and delete people regularly.
But you knew who I thought that was, don't you?
Who?
Dean Cerny. He had one just real close to it. No, you got both of them. Okay. That's fine, Chad. But yeah, he got thrown in Facebook jail for making a comment on our show last night.
Yep.
Oh, folks, it is getting ridiculous out here.
So much for free speech.
Yeah. There wasn't nothing in there, and it goes against our community guide standards.
And it's not. It goes against. Somebody got offended. They admitted that the fact checkers, all these people are just random men and women that are going through and looking for stuff that's possibly offensive.
Mm-hmm.
And they're blocking it. So it's not against community guidelines. It hurts somebody's feelings.
I figured out how they banned him now. The fact checker was sitting there and had their dog sitting beside him. And when he typed in, all Americans are mutts, right? The dog finally talked and said, I'm offended. You're comparing me to an American.
Yeah. If you don't like this country and you can't acknowledge that fact.
Hi, Debbie.
Bye-bye. I'm just saying, a lot of Americans are mutts. Irish roots, Chinese roots, African-American roots. A lot of people, if you trace back their lineage, Scandinavia, Finnish. Yeah. America was founded on immigration. It was, but it was legal immigration. They came through the port of entry and filed the paperwork, how they need to file the paperwork. They became a registered citizen. We had processes. And eventually, when we started founding and settling and everything, it was really the British that were going against the Indians. Then we became, they separated, defected,
right,
and became Americans. So when people say, oh, y'all conquered America, well, technically the British conquered a good portion of it. We just reaped the rewards, and once they became assholes, we kicked them out the rest of the way. But that's conversations for another show.
Right, and I understand, Chad, that was your response to Tina when Vincent asked her with the last name Garcia, if she was Spanish. We didn't care, right? That didn't matter to us. Probably her married name, and, everything was cool. And she goes, I am all colors, which means colored, she's not racist and stuff. But to sit there and get in trouble for saying all Americans are mutts. All Americans are Hind 57. You've got every blood type, background, ancestry in your body. It's just not two sets, you know.
Yeah, it's not like we're a bunch of inbreds like royalty.
No.
Which, for a lot of y'all that don't know, royalty, what they considered blue bloods, yeah.
Yeah, their family tree didn't fork.
Their family tree looked more like a family branch.
And their pork chop.
Say, hi, Carl.
Hi, buddy.
Say, you say hi to Cameron?
Hi, buddy.
Yeah, he's going to be staying with us the next couple days because of the snow.
Oh, yeah.
You
You're
want
going
to
to get
send
hammered.
that snow my way?
You don't want any of it. We're supposed to get like 5 to 14 inches.
Yeah, but it gives me an extra day off.
Hey,
Well, basically 2 days.
We're supposed to get 2 to 14.
Yeah. 2 to 14. Well, that's a stretch.
That's like
if
a weatherman can make money predicting between 2 and 14 inches, I'm in the wrong business.
Yes, we're all in the wrong business. What other job can you have where you're wrong?
Democrats
still get paid.
Democrats.
Yeah.
Yes, but Chad, if we get snow, I get paid now. And Carl, if you need to find out how deep the snow if it's anything less than 2 inches, just go outside, drop your pants, and lay down.
Whoa!
Gonna be one of these shows.
Oh God!
Whoa.
Oh, Cameron's in for it now. I'm gonna wait until Friday. I'm gonna have some good.
Well, this will work because we're expecting a foot, so that's about.
I told Carl 2 to 12.
2 to 12.
Yeah, that's 2 to 12.
2 to 14. 2 to 14.
2 to 14, and we are
2 to 14. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's a big swing. I mean, ours is 5 to 14.
We can get anywhere from 2 inches to 3 yards. Who knows? It's hard to say.
Oh, yeah. I know, it's ridiculous.
Chad, the coldest we're supposed to get this week was 30. Oh no, Thursday we get down to 28 still.
Dallas is gonna.
I think our low is supposed to be like -1.
Yeah, Dallas is supposed to get ice.
Ours is supposed to be 4.
Yeah, I thought I saw something for -1, but I think we're in the worst part of the cold front this time.
You are.
Normally it's you.
Hi, Greg.
You're down there in this time where the band of snow wisps coming through. You're in more of it than we are.
Yeah, see, we're in the spot.
Yeah, we're in a crappy area.
We're in the spot where we're just over the state line, and we could be in the Missouri part that's supposed to get 2 feet.
Yeah, we're in St. Joe this time.
Exactly, Chad. We're kind of Dallas is going to get the majority of it.
Yeah, Texas. Dallas is going to be pretty nasty Thursday.
They're talking 3 inches.
4 hours further south from Dallas to get to me.
Yeah, tomorrow our low tonight is going to be 21. Then our high tomorrow is 20.
Oh.
Our low is 12.
Oh no.
-40. Yeah. Is that 40 degrees Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius?
Damn, 40 below?
Right, but is that Celsius or it doesn't really matter, is it? Because once it gets below 0, so far.
Hey, if it's got that negative behind it, that's cold.
It still feels like shit. Yeah, they're talking for us to have wind chills below 10, -10.
Yeah.
So it's going to be sucky.
-40
Celsius. So
I know.
Now Cameron's got to go look it up to see what it is.
Yeah.
Greg in there, Joanne, April.
Hey, April.
A lot in there. Yeah, April. Hi.
Hey, Greg. So hello, Debbie and
Hugh
Hugh.
Jazz.
Hey, he used to make phone calls to me all the time, calling for him.
Yeah, Hugh Jazz. That's Chad's new Facebook. He got thrown in Facebook jail last night on our show.
Oh, good for you! Yay!
Yeah, but you want to know what he got thrown in for?
Yeah. It's
he typed
-40 is -40 from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He typed in the comments. We was talking about something on there, and a lady made a comment in there, and he goes, "All Americans are mutts." You know, we're high and spit. Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Because he typed in Americans are all mutts. Facebook threw him in jail.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, let's be honest. We are a mix of all kinds of different things.
Very
That's
much
why
so.
Ancestry's making a shitload of money on us trying to find out what part of Africa everybody's from.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. However, Joanne, you can keep that. You keep that up there. You keep that the hell away. Mind you, I am the polar opposite side of the Americas. Well, not entirely. I'm in Texas.
You're closer to the equator than we are.
Yeah. So you have fun with negative 40.
Hey, you know what? If it's negative 40, they probably have moose.
Yeah.
You're not.
It's negative
wrong,
40.
I
I'm
definitely
staying
will-
in the house.
Way up.
No. You give me the opportunity to drop a moose or an elk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking it. I can bundle up. I'm dropping one of those big bastards. You know how long you could eat off of one of those?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He hit his head.
What?
Yep.
Right here on the corner.
And we got elk in Missouri.
So
I didn't know Trudeau let you
And
have.
Joanne hunts moose and deer. There you go, Cameron.
Cameron.
You have to drag it back by yourself, though.
I don't give a crap.
Well, you quarter it.
Or you get a side by side.
A lot of places you go up there, your side by side ain't gonna get there.
We do know who we're talking about here, right?
I know. Yeah.
Like there's a lot of really dumb crap that I'm gonna do to four-wheelers and lots of beer. Joanne, we can be friends.
Molson. Lots of Molson.
Yeah. But that's right.
The funny
Quarter-
part is, even if you quarter it, it's still going to weigh more than Carl over here.
Yeah. But see, then I'm the smart one. I go up on horseback.
My hand just stuck.
I'll get it back one way or another. I don't
Oh,
care.
I'll get it back. I'll drag it back with a damn horse.
that doesn't make sense.
Side by side, horse. Hell, if I have to hold a bear hostage to drag that son of a
For what?
bitch
What are you
back.
looking at?
Oh, you take the two-wheel cart and throw it on and
Watch your
go
head,
trucking down.
Boy,
Make sure it's downhill all the way.
is he wanting up on
I've
you?
still always had the desire to fight a bear.
He's wanting.
And here's why. Because if I win, I fought a bear and won. Like, that's some shit that I can brag about for the rest of my life.
Kind of like in the movie Hell on Wheels.
Yeah. If I lose, it's no longer
Bear
my
killer.
problem. Yeah, it's no longer my
That's what
problem
she
if
just
I
said.
lose.
If you're paying attention.
Yeah, but
I just
Bear
had-
Killer went nuts. Remember?
Yeah, fair enough.
They had to shoot him.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm
It
just
was a
saying.
good movie.
Yeah, I
Excellent movie.
hate to tell you, Cameron, but there's not very many of them bragging about kicking the bear's ass.
No,
That's
there's not. But I'm going to kick a bear square
Yeah,
in
that's
his fuzzy
Florida man
balls.
stuff there.
It is. But I'm still going to kick a bear square in his fuzzy ass balls.
Yeah, well, they're gonna have Texas man there pretty soon. Yeah, I'll put my
Texas
money on the
man.
bear.
And Sam Thompson goes, "My money's on the bear."
Yep.
Or Texas.
Of course, the
Texas.
way I bet, I better bet on you because I've always been wrong.
You get up there. Have you seen the paws and claws?
That's right. Debbie's right, too. And if you lose, you were crazy enough to go fight a bear.
You will go down. Yeah, in
Yeah.
history.
Either way, I'm
If
going
we
to the
find
books,
you,
so-
if we find you,
Oh, no, I'll tell you. Hey, Carl, I'm going to Canada just to fight a bear.
yeah. Oh, I know.
Now, I'll fight a bear. I will not fight a gorilla.
I'm gonna fight this dude.
The strength differences between the two of them are
Now,
so-
would you?
you're looking at a full-size grown, I think it's a brown bear or black bear, 750 to 800 pounds of force.
Black.
A gorilla,
Yeah, I'd fight a black bear before. a brown.
1,200 to 1,500 pounds of force.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gorilla will rip your arm off and beat you to death with it.
Would you fight an orangutan?
No,
What?
no, because bears are still less limber than an orangutan. An orangutan
Orangutan.
still is
He got 5 foot arms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can turn around and scratch their ass and
Beat you at the
scratch
same
you at
time.
the same time.
Monkeys are not something you want to fight with. Bears, on the other hand, you've got somewhat of a chance. Not much,
All right.
but you've got a better. If that a gorilla was, they were doing a filming in the rainforest, right? And this camera crew was trying to back away slowly, not seem aggressive in anything. This silverback gorilla, just to show dominance, grabbed one of the camera guys by the pants and just casually didn't even slow down, didn't hesitate, dragged him 6 feet and then let go just to show, yeah, if you get any closer to my family than this, I'm going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I do a gator. I've seen enough of the shows where I know.
Yeah, they've got a great bite force, but they can't open their mouth. If you grab it by the mouth, you win. And even if it bites down, all you have to do is with your other hand, shove it down into the gullet, it'll drown.
Not one person can do that.
There's actually a story of a
I ain't even saying that name on Twitch.
Yeah, I think we got a troll there.
Yeah, we do.
Because not one person can overturn the election.
No.
Yeah.
But there was
we're
a Girl Scout.
Yeah, we're not even talking about it.
There was a Girl Scout that actually got bit by a gator, and knowing what to do, she just stuck her hand down the mouth,
Right.
put it out the gullet, and it had to let go so it could spit out all that water.
I ain't that stupid. I ain't gonna try that.
No.
Me
All
and
right.
gators,
All right,
crocodiles.
Ron, let's go I got a spot down in Texas. We can go find some gators pretty easy.
I know
And they
there's
got
some in Gulf Shores.
Well, they've got really nice cabins because I'm going to get drunk the day before I do this because it might be the last time I get a drink.
What's that one show? They just went around, getting the alligators. They'd call up and they'd go out and catch them.
Mhm.
The one in Florida.
Yeah.
I forgot what that show is called.
We got one in a basement about 4 blocks from here. It's a 6-foot gator in there.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah,
That's
No,
good. eating.
Why? Why?
I
would you
don't
have
know.
an alligator for a pet in Missouri.
This guy up here's nuts.
It's not going to, well, no.
He,
they-
throws,
Yeah.
he throws whole
Oh yeah.
chickens down in there every day in the
Well,
basement.
you're-
And I'm like,
Don't need to eat every day.
what happens if you
No,
got a
Gators
thunder-
need to eat like once a week.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's-
he's
it.
feeding it good now. This thing is growing.
Gators can die from obesity.
But like I told him, what are you going to do when a tornado comes through and you got to go in that basement? Lunch?
Yes.
So long, Larry. Is what,
Yeah.
is what
Bring a
we-
couple
But
chickens.
no,
with
they
you.
they
Go
say
like
he
chicken
gets
better than-
down there with it,
Actually,
do-
Chad,
pet it, and do stuff with it.
because
But I was like, hell no.
one of the stories I've covered in the past, a woman used to sleep with her boa constrictor. This boa got to like 10, 12 feet long
Oh.
and stopped eating. So she took it to the vet and asked, what's happening? What's going on with my snake? Well, are you sleeping with it? What are you feeding it? How often are
Oh,
you
I
feeding
remember
it?
that.
And the vet tells her he is sizing you up. He is getting ready to eat you. You need to stop sleeping with your snake.
Oh shit. Yeah, I remember something about that.
Denise did that a lot. Oh, wrong snake.
We're not talking about your gummy worm there.
No, we're not.
But
So
That-
yes,
you-
Sam, that's what it did. It sized her up. It was trying to.
snakes,
Did she listen?
yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
dogs, even cats, if you don't feed them, if you die, they'll eat you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there are very few animals that have genuine loyalty when it comes to food. Dogs, they'll wait a little longer than cats, a little bit. Snakes, gators, lizards.
No, it's survival.
We've
I mean,
got.
that's what it is.
Yeah, he said they expect the gators to be fed. We've got coyotes and raccoons and possums and that around here. We throw our stuff out there. They expect the eat our scraps.
The
Yeah.
problem
Oh,
with
yeah.
that is they start getting less fearful of humans.
We're not out there
We're
with
not
them.
out there
We just throw the
hand
food
feeding
out.
them.
No,
Yeah.
we just throw the food out at night and go and come back in. But it's basically nature's garbage. They're our garbage disposal. I'm not throwing things.
They're a useful garbage disposal. However, vultures are the all-around garbage disposal.
Right.
We have a lot of turkey vultures
Oh
here.
yeah.
Have you ever
Nasty.
seen a turkey vulture trying to get warm?
No.
Look it up. They will sit in the tree with their wings out like
Yeah,
this, and
iguana
it
fell
looks
on you.
really creepy. We saw a whole bunch of, I mean, if they were crows, I'd say murder or Congress, but doesn't matter what it is. But a whole buttload of these vultures in Meridian, Kansas, right before we got there. And
Oh, well, I see what they're doing. They're getting in the sun and expanding their
Right.
body as much as possible.
Right, because they have to, utilize that energy to stay warm because they're so cold-blooded. But
I
it's
want to say
creepy.
it's camels, when they overheat, will throw up their whole stomach
Yep.
to try and cool off, and pelicans actually push their spine out their mouth to cool down. Yeah, if you've never seen that, it is.
I never heard of
I
that.
will never see it. If I start to see it, I'm gonna be turning away. But no, the vulture thing, like I said, I just thought we saw it, and I'm like, what in the hell are they doing? Are they getting ready to attack something? Are those real? Are they alive? And it scared the scared the shit out of me. Oh, that's disgusting, Cameron.
Oh man.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the vulture
Leave
thing
it to
was kinda
Cameron.
neat. So, and did you see that picture recently that they shared on the news of the?
Okay.
Camels do that.
I saw her eyes go. whoop.
Yeah,
I'm really
yeah.
good at
I've seen
watching horror
I've
movies.
seen camels do that.
Did you see all the eagles in Missouri? There was a picture of like 50 eagles in a bunch of trees in southeastern Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
and it was so pretty. And if you've never seen an eagle, it's great. We saw one that was injured down by Lake of the Ozarks once.
We got 4 of them up here between Hamilton and Gallatin.
Mm-hmm.
You drive down 13, and in the cornfields out there, it's been combine
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. You'll see him. I seen one the other day. He was a full-grown adult. I mean, massive, big,
Okay.
huge, beautiful bird.
It's not their stomach. It's technically a palate.
Yeah.
Well, we saw
Right.
when we were up in Atchison one in the wintertime. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You just watch them float down the river on ice floes on the Missouri River. The
Oh yeah.
big, huge. I had no clue that there were eagles in our part of the country until I saw them. A couple
Yeah,
times.
they like the Canadian geese.
Chad,
They like the Canadian
geese
geese?
are
Yeah,
Good for
they
them.
eat
little-
them.
We need some
They
more.
kill them. I was like, go for it.
We got a shitload of Canadian geese across the street.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when I worked at the golf course down there. We had the eagles down there, and you could see them come up out of the trees and fly around and come down on the reservoir, go down and snatch the fish and come up in the air. You talking about something fascinating to watch?
Yeah.
It was.
Chad,
Must be a ghost
pelicans
too.
are aggressive-ish. Geese are retarded aggressive. I mean, polished steel, they'll attack your hubcaps. If you have polished hubcaps, they will bash their face into your hubcaps. They will chase people. There are many Hispanic people that I've worked with when they see geese, how they say it literally translates to cobra chicken.
And I know
Okay.
some people, eagles are, they shit all over everything. They're
No,
like-
she's talking about them stupid Canadian geese. They're
Oh.
crap machines.
Well, the thing is on
They come over, they land over here at the lake about
They-
twice a year,
they
and
poop
man, they
every
just
15 minutes. They
man,
never
you
stop.
can't.
And it's greasy.
It's
Yucky
everywhere.
poop. But no,
Oh yeah,
we
geese.
were watching.
It's horrible.
We're watching Deadliest Catch,
They'll
and they were bitching
they'll
about
kinda-
the eagles
they'll kind of come after you if you get
near their nest.
near something.
Yeah,
Their
because
girlfriend or whatever was like, "One come after me." I was like, "I could kick your ass, buddy."
you know how many times
I went and ready back to kick it.
There was a bunch of nests at work. You've seen them there.
Yeah.
And they would come after me when I would come in the building.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't go
22
to work.
LR with a suppressor.
So what have you guys been doing this week besides getting ready? Well,
Dogsy.
Storms, but
Hey, it's Dogsy. British swans are the worst. They're nasty things.
Hey,
You're looking at jail time if you kill one. Holy crap.
protect. Well, same
Oh,
here.
You're looking at real bad jail time if you kill one here.
Yeah.
Just
You
don't
see
get
Jeff's
caught.
truck.
Well, that's different. Those were different geese. Those weren't.
Those are Canadian.
Were they?
Yes, a lot of them were.
But
Yeah.
I thought you couldn't kill them.
Oh yeah, you can.
no,
The
I've
queen
been.
owns everything. The queen don't own shit. Y'all let her. I'm not gonna get into monarchies. I'm not gonna go down the political rabbit hole.
But did you listen to the show last night?
I went back and listened to it today. You had some good things on there. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that could have been a 4-hour show.
I had
Yes, it could.
I had
Easy.
people reach out
They
to me
didn't
after the
scratch
show
the surface.
and tell me that they were happy to hear honest answers.
Yeah.
And talking about what is fake on TV and everything else. And I did not get any hate, thank God. But
You missed the Second Amendment Ranch. We had a lot. No, Second Amendment Ranch. It got bad
on Friday.
Yeah, we had
what happened?
we had people coming in being racist as hell, making fun of moms.
We had to stop. We had to stop the Twitch.
Yeah, we had to shut down our Twitch.
What? Because you had so many trolls?
Yeah, we gave one of them the benefit of the doubt. The first thing he says when he comes in, he's talking about colors, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're gonna need to explain what you mean by that." And it was Afghan people. He had problems with. Don't get me wrong. You have what you have. But then he started talking about others and others. It just got worse and worse.
Just block them.
The thing is,
we could block them through. We blocked them through Discord. We blocked them where we could, but Twitch would not let us block him.
Twitch wouldn't let me block him.
The thing is there are good people and there are bad people, and we don't discriminate by color, good and bad. That's what there is, So I don't understand what their issue was, because not all one race is horrible.
No, it's just somebody like you said, little punks live in their mom and dad's basement, sitting in their underwear, and they're just liberal assholes. Got nothing else to do.
I'll tell you something that happened here in the restaurant yesterday.
It got so. I'll put it this way: it got so bad. I pulled up BB's Down Home Cooking and called to get Carl back on the show.
Yeah.
Because he was going and cooking and stuff. I was like, you got to.
Oh, yeah. I had to jump up. Oh, it got bad. It got bad. Oh, these trolls in there. I went to Twitch. They wouldn't let me take them off, any of that.
Is this during the day?
No, this was during the
Friday show.
Friday night.
Second Amendment?
Yeah.
Yep, 6 to 8.
Yep.
Wow.
But anyway, yesterday up here, these 3 people walk in for lunch and sat down up front by the window. So I get the menus and walk over there and ask them, can I get you anything to drink and stuff? And they said, yeah. This one guy looks at me and goes, I know you. And I looked at him like, I don't know you, And he goes, you're that guy that does the podcasts on the Bill of Rights Network. And I went, yeah, I'm the producer and host of some of the shows and do things. Well, we watch it all the time. We're from Kentucky.
Holy
really?
Shit.
And I went, really?
What are they doing up there?
And I said, well, thank you very much. And they say, yeah, we're always watching. A bunch of us are always watching. I said, oh, and I wanted to say, oh, you're the guys that watch but never comment.
Yeah.
I said, all you got to do is comment on there. Let me know you're in there. I'll send you a link. You can be on the show and stuff. And he goes, really? They're out of Kentucky. I said, moonshine and guns. We're doing good down there.
And just go with, and Denise's family.
Right. But for them to pop into our restaurant.
Right. Yeah, that's
I mean,
weird.
what are the chances?
Well, they came in. They came up to see some friends that come in to eat our tenderloins, right?
Yeah.
And everything. That's one of the reasons they came in here, but they didn't know I was in here.
Right.
Didn't know
They didn't connect.
They had seen BBs in the programs before,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And in the background and stuff like that. So, yeah, we know you, and I don't know you.
Right. Now you know how I feel.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
You know,
It felt good that I got to meet somebody that actually watched the show from another state.
Yeah.
Right. Well, last night we was talking, and Barbara goes, "Yeah, that happened to me down there. It happened to her in Florida at the grocery store." One of the local people down there go, "Oh, I know you. You're on that podcast show." It made her feel uneasy for a little bit.
It does, because I'll tell you, on Saturday, I got
Good night, Sam.
Good night. I got a message on my phone from some random person saying, "Hey, Dawson, we know I'm not Dawson, and I'm in town. You said you wanted me to see you. I wanted to see you some of the time I was here." And I responded back, "I'm sorry, you have the wrong number."
My husband's here.
And I've had this number for
Call back later.
years and years. And so I'm sorry, please check your number and try again. So she proceeds to send me her picture and ask me some questions. And I told her, no, thank you, and blocked her. And then a little bit later, I know.
I know. She didn't even say, well, my husband might be interested in you.
Not even looking out for you, damn.
I said, what's she look like?
And then a little bit later, I get a text from an 816 number, and I'm going, oh, crap.
You know who she thought that might have been? Stephanie.
And all it says is, I hope you're having a relaxing weekend. So very generic, and I'm like
very cryptive.
Hi, Ingrid.
And I'm like,
hey, Ingrid.
And I'm like, who? And so I sent back. I go, well, I am. May I ask who's texting?
Who this?
Because in my mind went straight to Blue Springs.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, luckily it was Smithville. So
old stalker of hers.
So I have like three different stalkers that randomly send me messages, and I'm like, and one randomly calls, and
just forward it off to me.
Well, they're not all. One is I'm not going to.
Hey, we could forward Stephanie to him.
Oh yeah.
I don't. Yeah. You know what?
She's not married anymore.
That's the concern. I'll run off the creepy stalkers, but if she's going to turn into stalking me, that's a different story. I've already got one I'm trying to deal with right now.
She would fall under the creepy stalker stage.
Carl, she could be dead already from her stage 4 cancer that she told me she had how many years ago?
Chad, I've got one stalker I'm trying to run off right now. So
yeah,
I've had some. It's not fun.
It's not fun, and I told the person who was messaging me, I said, yeah, I thought you were my stalker.
Oh.
Yeah, give him dog's number.
Yeah,
that's going to be a phone bill.
Yeah, my minutes went by quickly. Well, that's going to an international country. Have a good time.
So, Luke, when are you going to try to come to the United States again?
Well, we got a new variant, so.
Well, he's supposed to be coming through California this time.
Well, he might want to go through Mexico. It might be easier.
Oh yeah, just walk right in.
Yeah, and
you may have to pay the cartel a few thousand.
Well, he's going to get it back when he gets into America. They're going to give him everything.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, but you know what? They're requiring those people to get fully vaccinated within 6 weeks of when they get here. I read that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're going to line right up.
Oh, yeah. You don't know. I mean, we don't know what they're going to do. I mean, maybe before they put them on the plane to ship them to Kansas, You know, in the middle of the night, maybe they boost them up right before they put them on the plane. You got to get a shot.
He's hoping to be over here by next month, March.
Oh, well, good.
If you're here by March 6th, we get to celebrate my birthday together.
Why would he want to spend any time with you?
Because I'm awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, why not? It's the Cameron.
It's me.
The C word.
One of the C
word.
Well, that way he can finally get to his house in Texas he owns.
Yeah, he's on that.
Sally.
Hi, Sally. How you doing?
Sally.
Yeah, Sally sent me a couple things in Messenger that make me think.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Sally's real good at sending those.
Sally's real good at finding information and send it out. We've had her on a couple of the shows here lately.
Yeah.
So
she makes some really good comments on it.
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Where are you at now, Sally? I know you're out on the road.
I hope you're someplace safe before the storm hits.
I know she was. She sent me a video when she was in Ohio in the snowstorm.
So, Carl, I have a project we need to build.
Uh-oh. What do I got to build?
I built one back in high school. It was all right, but I want to build a full scale.
You're in OKC.
Good ice.
Yeah, be careful.
Oh, a catapult.
Trebuchet.
We can build one up here.
Yep.
We're going to use it for pumpkins?
Sure, pumpkins.
They do that here all the time. Pumpkins.
Oh, I know they do. I'm just going to stuff mine with angry Play-Doh.
Angry Play-Doh.
We can put it on the border.
No, you know what we do?
Sling them back over.
Go find out where the Pelosi lives at, and we'll roll it up there. And we're going to fill that thing up with that Stromboni deadly fish, that stinky, nasty fish.
Oh,
yeah. And throw it at the house.
What was that called? Pastrami.
Yeah, we can talk
Y'all
about
do know that somebody had vandalized her house, right?
Yeah. Not with that, they didn't.
No, but I think somebody ended up crapping on her driveway.
Good for them. How can you tell? It's such a shitty place. I mean,
yeah.
Everybody's shitting on everything.
I think they wound up like somebody else craps on somebody's property. The police aren't investigating. It gets cleaned up. That's it.
She lives in San Francisco.
You're shitting everywhere there.
They were running DNA on them. They were doing a no shit investigation, calling it a hate crime, threats of death. They escalated it.
When somebody who had diarrhea and had to go there.
They escalated it well above what it really was.
How about the fact that she's hardly ever there? She's always in Washington, and when she isn't in Washington, she's on a plane flying back home.
Right.
Flying around, spending our
It's
money.
not like it matters.
And it ain't on a private, or it ain't on a public plane either.
No.
Yeah, she's drunker than shit half the time and get up in her own crap.
I hope. You know what? I hope she retires.
I
hope
she retires.
No.
Go live with the guy who's been
go retire to China.
She's probably going to be. She's probably going to live like Betty White, be 99, 100 years old,
just like all the other Democrats.
Hello.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing?
A trebuchet more.
Sally asked if we do UFOs.
We can talk about it.
I'm looking. So
we don't know anything about it.
What we do know is we met Travis Walton.
Yeah, we did meet Travis Walton.
So, Luke, the difference between the trebuchet and the ballista, you had to create a specific bolt to send out of the ballista, where a trebuchet, you could launch anything that fit in it. They were firing flaming boulders. They were firing Roman fire. They were firing rotten animals over castle walls to spread pestilence. A trebuchet, as long as it fits in the net, it sends. That's the easiest way to look at it.
Oh, so it's like those packages at the post office. If it fits it.
Yeah, I mean, if it fits, it sends. Same thing, just more violent.
Sally said she's seen a UFO in Oak Grove, Missouri.
You know, that wouldn't surprise me because one of the guys that I'm going to be having on.
That she was driving?
The Bigfoot show. I'm having a Bigfoot show in March.
Mm-hmm.
He has seen a bunch of UFOs as well.
How recently? Because the government was just doing studies on how the mass population would react to dealing with extraterrestrial life, which I don't know what's more terrifying, the fact that aliens may exist or if we're alone in the universe. I think being alone is a little more terrifying.
I don't think we're alone.
But if they're capable of space travel and we have not gotten off this rock because we love war too much, that's what's really holding us back. We're a violent society. We don't progress travels, we progress in military advancements. And that's what's really set us back a lot compared to other species out in the galaxy. And why do you think they would ask, well, how would people respond to aliens existing? I'll tell you right now, every Marine is either trying to think of a way to kill it or screw it.
Yep.
You could put a Marine in a room with an anvil. That anvil is either coming out broken or pregnant.
Look at this.
It's the Marines.
But
yeah, and I know which truck stop you were at. Well, there's two big ones.
Oh yeah, TA 76.
Yeah, there's one across
there's
the
a Pilot, and there's the Travel America.
Yeah,
right.
You're not wrong, Luke, but getting a hold of a 122 howitzer is going to be a little more challenging. Well, no, not so much for the howitzer itself. Getting the ammunition.
Oh, this is a good one. It's true, too. Ingrid, of course there are aliens. Look at the White House.
Yeah.
Away.
I call them dumbasses, but
then there's the theory of lizard people that live in the hollow earth.
Yeah, those are the flat earthers that believe the lizard people.
No, that's actually the hollow earth people. They believe the earth is round, but they believe the core itself is hollow. And there is a subspecies below us that is capable of shape-shifting, which I can kind of understand it because if you look at wildlife in nature, I mean, chameleons can change their color. What if a group of dinosaurs just magically found a cave and lived and was able to evolve? But that's reaching far for there.
That's what the queen is.
That wouldn't surprise me. Because we always look at Australia. It was meant to be a prison. And we talk about it on the Second Amendment Ranch. Let's just put all the prisoners that are serving life on an island. Tell them, if you survive, you survive. Why are we paying for 3 hots and a cot, spending millions of dollars annually per state on housing prisoners for 25 plus years?
Right.
What if the aliens were just like, yeah, we're going to make you look like a human and forget that you're an alien? Now you're going to go live here.
Send Washington to the center of the earth.
Which I found out that the parliament in UK, Switzerland, one of the foreign countries, their parliament is actually underground with a glass roof. Basically resembling that parliament is under the people to serve the people. And I thought that would be a great idea. Instead of giving them a big building that they can look down on us, let's put them underground and let's walk over them.
Mm-hmm.
And let's remind them where they belong, to serve the people. And if they decide to do something a little dumb, it's a lot easier to find them.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Found some UFO sightings in that part of near there.
Yeah, I don't believe we're the only life around.
No, there's no way in hell.
She said November the 30th, 2021.
There was one on December 22nd, 2019, and somebody reported to MUFON.
I remember as a kid, crop
they were
circles
walking their
were
dog and saw them. He said, "I had my wife come out to verify. I tried to video with my phone, but I didn't get it. It lasted about 15 minutes."
But he didn't get it on his phone.
Yeah, I think he means 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I remember back as a kid, crop circles were a huge thing. Now, mind you, a lot of them had been debunked. But what happened to their other ones? Like, why don't we hear about crop circles anymore?
Right.
Actually, there's some that show up here in Lewisburg every year.
Yeah, but the mainstream media is not covering it anymore.
No, because most of them have been hoaxed in the past.
Right.
Yeah, they're calling corn.
There's Tina.
Yeah, they're
How
calling
you
corn
doing?
mazes now.
Pre-made corn maze.
Hi, Tina. Hope you did.
Sally, what shape was your UFO? How long did you witness it? What was the, conditions at the time?
And honestly, the UFO, it would be surprising if UFOs actually landed and want to communicate because we are such a violent race. But our first interactions are going to be, odds are, most likely they're going to be hostile for the fact that now we have an unidentified flying object in a restricted airspace. They don't know it's a restricted airspace. They probably don't understand our language. So we're just going to start shooting at them. And they can travel through space. So it's not like anything we actively have right now is going to touch them.
Well, the thing is most of the UFO sightings seem to be near nuclear reactors, near Air Force bases and things like that. So, I could see where we would shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah, Dogsy said that, Stonehenge is their big alien intervention. They've already they found thousands and thousands of bones around Stonehenge, and they've already figured out Stonehenge had nothing to do with aliens or anything. It was actually a big party barbecue spot. Because the bones were chicken, cow, pigs, and that's where they were doing party and barbecue. And they took all their bones out. That's what it was.
The summer solstice.
Yeah, and then you have the pyramids.
More than likely a big orgy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Chad, the Geneva Convention is a suggestion to every single government. We're still advancing nuclear weapons and nuclear training and arsenal. We're still looking into biological warfare. Example would be Wuhan.
Yeah.
Yep. And our 10th version of this virus.
Well, I will. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It was what?
Hi, Donna.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is pretty interesting. Denise's cousin is his name's Dan. He has a son named Dan who is an astronaut
down there in Johnson.
He's at Johnson now. One time he came back on leave, and how many years ago was it?
That was only about like 5 years ago.
It was about 5-6 years ago. Anyway, Dan asked his son. Dan, he says, "Have you seen any UFOs? When you're up there in space?" He said, "Have you seen any UFOs?" He goes, "No," and he answered him right away. He says, "No, we know what they are."
Yeah, there's not no
he
unidentified.
He goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, That's as much as I can tell you, Dad."
Shit.
In other words, he said, "What's the definition of a UFO? Unidentified flying object." He goes, "We know what they are." It's they're not UFOs.
And
IFO.
And Dan is on NASA TV all the time. So if you're watching NASA TV and it's from the Johnson Space Center, half the time he's going to be there.
Of course, Dan said, "Well, I thought that was."
My favorite thing is there was an astronaut that snuck a full gorilla suit onto the International Space Station and scared the shit out of everybody.
No, that could have been Dan sneaking the damn thing on there.
That's my favorite thing is watching them when they come back to Earth and forgetting gravity exists. So you'll see them talking and they're trying to just let their cup
Sally wants to come in.
They just want they just want their cup to float and they let it go, and they don't hear that thud.
Yep. One of the things that my cousin Dan had told us was he sent a video to his dad, and his dad was sharing it with us. And he said,
"Yeah, Cameron's got a thing with gorillas. I think he's
part gorilla.
I'm just part gorilla.
But
anyway,
they lost something in the trash. They have to number every bag of trash.
Yeah.
And they had thrown something away, and somebody had to go into the hall and start going through that trash to find the right bag of trash to find out what they threw away.
You want to cut?
I was like, really? But yeah, my Dan down there in Houston, he monitors the space station, the International Space Station.
Ingrid asks how we feel about Bigfoot. Denise is going to have a guest on.
I'm going to have a panel.
I don't know. There's no such thing as, he says he's a Bigfoot expert. I don't know. There's no such thing, but whatever. He's going to be on her show.
Yeah, Jay Bakachin from Finding Jay is going to be on with Carter Bashar.
I don't know. My feeling about Bigfoot is I haven't seen enough good evidence to back it up. That's all I can say. If it's out there, I'd love to see some better evidence.
Yeah, me too.
I haven't seen any good evidence.
That's what I want.
People people that claim they've seen it, they might. I don't know what they saw.
Yeah, so it's called Bigfoot Fact and Fiction is what I'm going to be calling it, because I want what are the facts about Bigfoot?
Supposedly these areas that they hang out in, I don't understand why you couldn't just load it with trail cams and accidentally catch one of these doing something.
Well,
but supposedly, I've talked to some other people that are Bigfoot experts, so supposedly, and
Ingrid's seen a Bigfoot.
They can sense these trail cams. I'm like, really? They're that smart?
Many.
I mean, if they're alien, if they're related to aliens, they could be.
Well, if they are, then they could.
I just think it's fun. We pulled up the layout of people that
could be Bigfoot out there. I'm just saying I haven't seen enough. I haven't seen any good evidence.
We pulled up the Bigfoot sightings in relationship to people who have bought furry costumes, the big animals, people that identify, and it's weird how much they line up.
But it is strange that a lot of the Bigfoot sightings are in the same areas that the UFO sightings are at. And
Belton, Missouri, that's
right.
Yeah.
25 miles straight east of us.
The cop down there seen
Bigfoot. Where did he see it at?
Well, that's
was in the Belton area?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
Well, remember a few weeks ago?
20 miles east of us, straight east.
Yeah. South of Kansas City.
Do you remember a few weeks ago?
Chewbacca costumes.
So
see, you didn't you said that didn't what you described didn't sound like a Bigfoot.
I don't know what I saw. I talked to Carter Bashart and told him what I saw. A couple weeks back in December, I was driving that minivan instead of my car, and I'd driven over to Cleveland, Missouri. That's where Lauren and Becca live, and so it's like 6 miles, maybe. Okay. So I'm going across 68, and I see this thing that crosses the road in like 2 steps. It's got a wide shoulder, so 2 steps, maybe 3 on catching the end of the shoulder on the north side of the road. I'm going at least 55 miles an hour. I have to slow down a little because there's railroad tracks, but I'm going at least 55 miles an hour through this area. So this thing goes across the road, and the next time I see him is at the town of Westline. Here he's crossing the road again on Holmes Road which
is a few miles at that angle.
Yeah, so that means this thing was running at least as fast as I was going.
Right.
Tina's 3 miles from Belton. We're in Lewisburg.
And its legs, it had a really long stride, seemed a little tall, but when I told Carter, he said that it was something else that they've seen down here. And he goes, "You're not the
Carter?
only one." Yeah, the guy that I'm going to be having
Fart in my face, you're getting kicked off.
because he wanted to talk to me on the phone
Right.
before he would be on my show. So I told him this story, and he's told me that there have been sightings of these, whatever they are. I think he said Dogman or something like that in our area. And I'm like, I had no clue. So do I believe that there's something out there that I've never seen? I don't know.
Where's that Ingrid at? She's
Like,
seen him in her backyard.
If you're gonna be my
And
co-host,
then-
She says the barbecue brings them in.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I could see that.
Well, I have a barbecue and set up a camera or something,
Then
or invite them to dinner. I don't know.
If you want to be my
like
host,
I said,
Bigfoot.
Carter has been doing research on our area. He lives in Independence, Missouri. No,
Oh, this
he
guy
lives
from
in
Independence.
not Independence, North at Liberty. He lives in Liberty.
Oh, okay.
Liberty.
So he's been researching our area, and like I said, I'd kind of like to
Oh, that's
know,
right. Ingrid's
but
in
I've
Ohio.
never seen anything, any creature run as fast as my car for 4 miles.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a cheetah runs at 45 miles an hour, but it can't do it for miles. A greyhound can run at 35 miles per hour, but not for long periods of time. Just a spurt, and then
I don't know. I had some.
I don't think wild cheetahs.
I had
would
one
do-
that ran about 38 or 39.
I don't think
Right,
cheetahs
but
would
doesn't
do
run
too
4
good
miles.
in America.
again, UFOs, I can see why UFOs would freak people out because of the fact that we don't know. We don't know how they're getting into our homes and things like that. We've seen too many stories of people being abducted from inside their homes, or being coming back and finding out that they've got implants in them and they don't even know. I mean, the guy that did the down there, Devil's Den, the one
Right.
they talked to Terry Lovelace.
There you go, right there.
I tell you,
Amazing story.
Tina down there in Vegas. That's who you got to talk to about a UFO experience. That
Right.
Her experiences
that was weird.
were
It was 9 times.
But Luke goes, Bigfoot don't scare me. UFOs freak me a bit. But if you want to talk about things that scare him, it's vampires and Wendigos.
Wendigos. Skinwalkers
Wendigos.
are more terrifying because they can mimic sounds and people. So I would rather deal with Wendigos over over.
but a Wendigo
skinwalkers.
will eat you.
Yes, it will. If it bites you, you also become a Wendigo. It's essentially another werewolf.
But the thing is can you prove to me that a Wendigo exists?
No. I can prove to you that vampires exist. However, not in the
Really?
sense that he is. There is a society of people that call themselves vampires.
Right.
There's two groups. One will actually drink blood. One will feed off the energy of other people.
Hey,
Well, the
Cameron.
energy vampires are horrible.
Cameron, your dog's not sitting on your lap. What did we discuss earlier? He's sizing you up.
Good one.
Yep.
He's deciding, change that dog food. No, that dog's smart. If I eat Cameron, nobody will feed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, one of the women that used to be on our network over at WBHM DB, she was a vampire.
Yeah.
And of course, didn't last long. But it is what it is.
I don't. There she is. Sally is wanting to get in. I want to hear this. I want to hear her story actually.
About the 13 UFOs?
Yeah. I like hearing about this stuff.
Let me see if I can find her on Facebook.
You can also post it in the Second Amendment Ranch Discord, and she can find it there. She's in there. She found it last time.
Right.
You want to take this off, or do you want to keep the sweatshirt on? You want to keep your sweatshirt on?
It's getting cold.
Actually, I should look
I
outside.
can send her a link.
Doing anything?
I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing it.
I don't see anything.
Good. Hopefully it stops. It was raining here. Don't need it turning the ice. 36. Ooh.
Well, that's...
Yeah, probably won't be getting out tomorrow.
And radar.
Not in the piece of crap Prius they gave me. That thing's no good in a little bit of rain.
The Priuses are no good in general.
They aren't.
You know what the Prius sounds like? You've heard the comedian. You've heard the comedians, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gay.
I'm trying to get at least
actively wants a Prius.
That's my work. That's the work cars that we all got stuck with. I'm trying to get us Corollas at least. That way they're a little bigger. You can actually carry something in it.
Hello.
Still says we're in the rain.
Can you smell my tacos that I had for lunch? Are you mad that I had tacos without you? They were delicious.
And people don't like, especially if they're driving a big hog truck, they don't like being passed by a Prius for nothing.
Right.
Especially when somebody has a lead foot.
Hey, here's Sally.
All right. Got her.
Hey.
Hi, Sally.
Hey.
Yeah, that last sighting I had in Oak Grove was pretty amazing.
So
that was November
30th of last year.
And you said they were perfectly round orbs?
Yeah, they were perfectly huge round orbs. And they had little lights around them. Uh-huh. And they were zigzagging all around, and then they would form one circle with one in the middle. And then they'd spin around that one and then zip off in all different directions.
What direction was it?
And they were going everywhere. They were putting on one heck of a show.
Was it north of 70 or south of 70?
I was right off 70, just north of it. But they were zigzagging all over the sky. Me and 4 other drivers stood there and watched them.
Yeah, you're not too far from Whiteman Air Force Base.
It's to
right
the south.
There. That's not far at all.
Yeah, it's to the south.
That's why I asked. Yeah, Whiteman's to the south, almost directly south.
Of there, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. And we all tried to video it, but nobody could get the camera to focus in on it because they weren't still long enough.
Yeah. Huh. And Whiteman's where they hide the stealth bombers.
These weren't stealths. They can't move that fast.
No. B2.
So
some of them would zigzag, and some of them would straight line streak, and some of them would barrel roll. I mean, it was cool.
I wish I'd have seen it.
I wish I could have got it on video.
Johnny,
I've been learning more and more about UFOs here recently because
this at night, I take it.
Yeah, late in the evening, about 8, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
One time
I was out walking the dog.
There you go.
One time it was around Christmas. We were out taking the kids to see Christmas lights.
Yeah, it was space junk.
Oh, I know, but it was really neat.
It was pretty cool.
We didn't know what it was at first. We were looking up in the sky and we saw all this stuff in the sky.
It looked like gold.
Glittering, lighting up and all that. And we found out they had it on the news later on saying, hey, this was.
And it was a lot.
Space garbage that had re-entered the Earth's atmosphere and was burning up there.
It did it for quite a while.
Yeah, apparently.
This ain't space garbage. They would come to a complete standstill.
Right. This just looked like it was falling, and then it would fall and eventually just dissipate. So
right.
So I'm not even saying it's close, but that's been about one of the few things that I have seen in the sky. Coming down 69 highway one night, I had taken my daughter to the hospital, and we were coming back. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I saw something similar, but again, I was tired, and she saw it too. But it was one of those weird things that you just can't explain. What am I seeing? This bright light here, and then suddenly it's gone. And it wasn't a shooting star or or a meteorite. It definitely wasn't an asteroid, or we wouldn't be here. But it was just one of those weird things. I've never seen anything else like that, and
I've never seen anything like what I saw. And I looked for the lights coming from the ground, thinking somebody may be playing around with, laser lights or strobe lights or something, but no, there was nothing.
How big did it look?
My doctor put in a refill for me. I'm happy.
They looked about the size of my truck.
Oh.
I mean, they were visible. I mean, normally I don't walk around and just look up at the sky, but something caught my eye, and I looked up, and it was like, wow.
And that's how it was when I saw the one in the sky on 69 Highway. It just caught my eye. I was driving, and of course, 69 Highway in the middle of the night, like that. There's no cars.
Pretty quiet,
I mean,
yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
I'm quite familiar with that stretch of highway.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, so are all the drug dealers.
Yeah,
it's one of the main drug trafficking routes through the state. But again, there's nobody on it at that time of night, and so when you see a light, you're just shocked. When you see something. So.
And it's like your Bigfoot sighting. I'm pretty sure that was a Bigfoot because the way you described is the way mine moved when I was delivering water to a freight tank down in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd come out of the bushes or behind a tree and raised up and started chasing about 50, 60 head of heifers.
Mm-hmm.
And I just stood there and on. When they started running, so did I.
I just didn't know what it was.
I don't get it. I don't understand. So I quit Goodman Manufacturing about a year ago, coming up on a year ago now. And I keep getting, hey, we've got a job for you. Hey, we want you to come back. Hey. I quit and left you an email telling you how I felt. Y'all don't believe, like, I don't know what they're not getting about I'm not coming back. That company, you are not even a number. You're just there. Like, do your job. No, there's plenty of room for growth. You can take all these online courses and stuff and move up and make extra money. Lies. I thought the Navy recruiters lied to you. I'm guessing the Navy recruiters got trained by the Daikin recruiters. Like, why would
most truck driving recruiters are the same way.
Uh-huh.
They'll tell you anything to get you in the door.
Any recruiter.
Their company is that turnover for that building. Every single week you're seeing a new face. Every single week you're seeing a new face.
Yeah, that's why. They treat people like crap. They
don't pay fair. They have pay cap. I don't like
UFOs.
Nothing.
You want to be abducted?
But I got it. Yeah, it's true. I got a phone call from my doctor and like, hey, we put in for a prescription refill, so I wanted to check my email real quick to see if it had been filled. Odds are it'll probably be filled by tomorrow, so I'll be able to sleep tomorrow.
Well, good. Maybe that'll keep you on track a little bit.
Yeah. I ain't been sleeping. My neck and back have been. This bipolar ass weather's killing me.
Yeah.
I think it's killing you.
I'm missing a disc out of my spine.
It was 55 degrees this morning when I got up.
But it keeps doing this pressure dip. I need a UFO to just adopt me for like a week and fix whatever they can fix. Like,
it's 72 in Oklahoma City right now.
Holy crap!
Well, good. I hope.
Yeah, and then you got ice.
And we're supposed to have ice by daybreak.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if they want to abduct somebody and run some experiments, take me, just fix me. That's all I'm asking. I won't tell nobody. It'll be our little secret.
Sure.
We've.
I'm not going to tell anybody if I ever get abducted by, especially Ron and Carl, because the first question they're going to ask,
so how many probes did you get?
Exactly.
How'd you like their probing?
Did they use lube?
You could have
I
joined
would hope they would.
Cameron, you would have felt right at home in that show last night.
Oh God, he would have loved it.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's a Monday, I would.
You could. I mean, you could have listened to part of it, but you can always listen to replays.
What, your show? Or?
I'm trying to go to. Oh
no, I was talking about the After 9 show that got to talking about the Bobs.
I'm in bed at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
at the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got talking about Bob. So.
Well, you know.
I'm gonna go see what's doing outside real
Nothing.
quick.
It's raining.
Nothing.
Can you feel this?
Well, I don't look at a screen. I can go outside and tell you what the weather's doing.
Like I said, I think it's just raining out there.
He's our local weatherman.
Yeah. Let me give you updates by the minute.
So Sally, you're in your truck now, right?
Yeah.
You getting ready to leave out?
No, I'm actually waiting for a load to get ready. It's a special order going to Milton, Missouri.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if you want me through it.
Yeah, if you're going to drive into Missouri, you're going to run into some bad weather.
Yeah, the whole state is under a weather warning, both Kansas and Missouri.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing on Ryan Hall, y'all, it's about 6 inches of snow y'all expected.
They're telling us 5 to 14.
2 to 14 up here.
Yeah, they apparently got the roll of the dice up there. That's roulette up there, and down here it's like, yeah, okay. We're gonna get.
Speaking of roulette, I had my childhood ruined this week.
You had your what?
My childhood. Yo, who remembers Rugrats?
Me.
Who wants to forget Rugrats?
Yeah,
me.
You remember the grandpa, right?
Yeah.
Grandpa had
Excuse me.
Grandpa had no F's to give. He comes home one night, and I remember this episode. The father asked, "How was Russian roulette, Dad? Did you win?" All Grandpa says is, "Apparently, you've never played Russian roulette before."
Yeah.
And years later, after remembering it, it had been brought back up, and they're like, "You remember that episode of Rugrats? Holy shit!"
And they let that be on TV.
Yeah.
And that's the part that makes you wonder who's in charge of letting our kids watch this stuff. And I mean, what if you ever watched the Fairly Odd Parents?
Oh God.
That is adult comedy.
It's like Beavis and Butthead.
Beavis and Butthead was meant for teenagers and above. And I understand.
I wouldn't even watch it. It was nasty.
My parents let me watch Ren and Stimpy.
Ren and Stimpy kind of was out there too. My kids.
I mean, they didn't let me watch South Park, Family Guy, Futurama, but they let me watch Ren and Stimpy
because it was on Nickelodeon. How about Cat Dog? How wrong is that?
Right.
How do they go to the bathroom?
Or the Angry Beavers.
Oh God.
The Angry Beavers were off. I mean, that was like, no, you.
Yeah, and you see, we grew up to be a bunch of sarcastic bastards. And how did a society like my generation and those younger than me are soft, weak snowflakes? How?
Yeah.
We were raised on sarcasm and quick wit.
How
are you offended by everything?
No child left behind policies in school.
No, I
made them cream puffs. They quit having to think.
It started before that. It started with Dr. Benjamin Spock saying, "Don't spank your child." It's child abuse, and people picking up on that. And then later on, before he died, he goes, "I never should have said that because punishment."
I never listened to him. I just absolutely tore my children's butts up, and I tore my grandchildren's butts up.
Right. My mom was the one who told me that. And my mom, big Democrat, beat my ass good with a paddle. But, again, that beating of my ass, guess what? Where am I not? I'm not in jail right now. I've never been there. It's kept me from getting in trouble a lot.
Exactly.
My mouth, on the other hand, has gotten me into a lot of trouble a lot of times, but nothing I couldn't talk my way out of, thank God.
Mm-hmm.
But
my mouth still gets me in trouble.
My face gets me in trouble.
Oh, yeah. When my show goes to video, you guys will be seeing the resting bitch face that I get when I'm listening to people that I don't believe.
Because this is normally what I look like at
That
work.
ought to be great.
I just try and keep my eyebrows up so I don't look that mad. But somebody says something stupid, my face just...
I can, really?
No, yeah, my rest, I don't know, my there's been shows that I've been on where you could tell I was listening to the other person and they're going, Denise, do you have a problem? And I'm like, no. Then I look at myself and I go, oh, now I know why they're asking that.
We just need to be like the Joker and put a smile on our face. Although I don't want to ruin this beard, so. I can just curl the mustache up. That's what I'll end up doing.
I'm getting good at these video calls at work, though, because, you know.
I'm so happy I don't have to do those.
You don't want to know.
Once I leave the company grounds, I'm off the call. I understand I'm salary. They can call me in at any point in time. Are they going to? Unlikely. They have in the past. I've had a couple of maintenances that I've had to be a part of and shit like that.
Right.
However, it's few and far between. But if I had to do an hour meeting every day after work as soon as I got home, I'm doing it naked. I'm home. I'm not wearing clothes. I'm in my underwear. I don't give a shit. You're on my time now.
Yeah.
And you're going to hear everything how I feel about it.
Right.
Oh, you preach.
Hey, Tina, if you're still listening, make sure you give Vincent a call. He was waiting today for your call.
This quiet break brought to you by Nature Valley Biscuit Cookies.
Hey.
Coconut butter. You cannot get these anywhere anymore.
That's right.
That's Ruby's favorite. Coconut butter Nature Valley biscuits.
Hey.
Or Twizzlers, whichever one you prefer.
Twizzlers.
It's a snowstorm coming. I have to have this.
Twizzlers give my brother death gas.
Rainstorm.
Horrible gas.
Twizzlers do?
Yeah.
We're gonna be in some trouble here.
So whenever my sister-in-law gets snippy, I just send my brother some Twizzlers.
It's about 36 and it's raining here.
Yeah, you're going to get a skip of ice and then go straight to snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, with all the rain we had just before, it's all going to freeze up. We're going to have some troubles.
Which, speaking of, I need
before you're the little Toyota.
How far are you, hey, Carl? How far are you from the restaurant? How far you live from there?
4 blocks.
Oh, okay.
He's fine. They're not getting hardly any weather up there.
Yeah, it won't be as bad as us.
Nope.
This time.
Yep. So, where is it at? There's Gallatin.
Okay, Tina, great. Tina, I just asked her, you see in the comment there, she talked to Vincent. They're plotting and planning.
That's a dangerous thought.
No, it's not.
What's that?
What are they plotting and planning? A garden?
No. Tina's been getting phone calls from the Democratic Party.
Oh, okay.
Wanting her to join the Democrats, right? She said no. She's going to join the Republican Party. She's going to run for an office in Kansas City.
Hey, Baldy.
Mayor of Kansas City against Emmanuel because he's not running again.
Well, look forward to getting a lot more of these phone calls because George Soros just dropped $125 million into the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
Super PAC.
But she's thinking serious about that, and we was all talking about it on the show last night.
Well, the thing is to run for mayor in Kansas City, Missouri, you're not affiliated with any party.
Right.
None of them never have a party with them. But we all know all 13 that ran last year were Democrats. Yeah.
But Tina, we talked to her last night and had real good and
Not
stuff.
mayor. That's Lucas. So you want to run for Congress against Emmanuel Cleaver? Good for you, because he's an ass. When we lived in Kansas
He needs to get out of there.
Snowplow.
Yeah.
Never saw
We
snowplow.
haven't had a good mayor
Never
since
saw our road.
Yeah,
fixed.
she's going to run for Congress.
Yeah, Cleaver sucked.
Yeah, we lived in the Robindy school district, or Robindy area, the Hickman Mill school district, and they treated us like shit. Oh, but here's your free garbage bags.
You see, Emmanuel Cleaver's the one down there wanting to keep on the police department.
Oh, Blueberry.
Moldy 12333. Blueberry, black and white film.
Yeah, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not racist here.
The seed has been planted. Awesome, Tina. Awesome.
Nope.
Hey, we're not as racist as Biden is.
Quiet, Carl.
No.
Quiet. Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the only black and white
This
film.
is the same group we had last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Got him.
Good for you, Tina. Do what you need to do. Too bad we're in Kansas now, but we're rooting for you.
This is the same group we ran into Friday. This is
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, these popped in all about the same time.
Nope.
Only bad thing is we're going to lose Luke.
Luke. Sorry, man, but we can't deal with the trolls right now.
Yeah.
They're gonna start spitting off too much hate. We got to shut it down.
I wish I could see some of these comments. I'd just love to respond to some of these little goobers.
They're not worth.
I would show them on the screen,
really
but I don't want to give them their 10-second of fame.
Yeah, they're not. No, it's like an idiot that's got to run on the field during a football game or something, you know.
But thank you.
Oh, you mean the naked ones?
The naked ones.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming in and raising our listener numbers. We appreciate it, but we're not giving you any attention. So have a great day.
That's right.
So,
And hopefully Luke can. We're all on Facebook.
Are we still on YouTube?
No.
No, you've been banned.
Oh, wait a second.
Because I thought we could go to the Second Amendment Ranch YouTube at least.
Why aren't we on there?
That's a good question.
Well, guess what? We are on there now.
I was gonna say, doesn't April usually listen through YouTube?
There you go.
I haven't seen April since she got in.
It's dinner time there.
Yeah, she's probably busy.
I don't know what she's cooking with, but yeah. Since she's leaving.
She ought to be getting ready to move.
Yeah, 2 days.
Thursday.
We all do know that the 1st of March there's going to be a convoy of protest from California to Washington, D.C.
Really? So they're moving.
That's what we've heard.
Because I've been seeing a lot of video footage up in Canada where we've been traveling to. It's good to see that we're actually going to start dealing with it in house. It's depressing to see that they're on the Canada border flashing SOS at Americans. It's like, dude, we're dealing with our own stuff right now.
Right.
I'm going to guess that's Luke. Because
we got our own idiot here.
Well, the thing is they can't cross without a passport, and we can't cross without a passport. That's why they're doing it on the border.
Yeah.
There's freight sitting on both sides, and nobody can do nothing.
Yep.
Right.
And it's really showing on the freight out here.
Yep.
A lot of delays, and it's going to get worse.
Oh yeah.
Just heads up.
Yep. Stock up on cat food, dog food, anything that's easily saved.
Yeah, and I saw all this coming too.
Yep.
I mean,
the minute the election.
Look at their record.
Well, about 65 to 68% of all drivers out here in semis are former military.
Right.
Oh, it's gonna be fun in Washington.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when's this? March 1st?
Starting March 1st.
Well, just keep on driving. Just bowl your ass right through the White
You
House.
keep us informed on that, Sally, if anything else is going to change on it or advance forward on it.
Oh, I will. I mean, there's about 50,000 trucks so far signed up for it.
I hope they all show up.
I pretty much said they are.
They're going to learn about that little yellow bird real quick.
Are they? Is this convoy because of the shot mandate for truckers?
Yes.
Good. I am so pissed off about them people telling people that they have to get a vaccine that can't do what it's supposed to do. That's false advertising. And my son-in-law is going to lose his job. T-Mobile, everybody get rid of T-Mobile because they're requiring every one of their employees
I tell you what,
be vaccinated.
They're starting a war. They're starting a civil war.
There's what Biden. Everybody's drinking the Kool-Aid that Biden's pushing. Biden's telling them if you take the vaccine, you won't get COVID. Well, guess what? Who has COVID right now? The Prime Minister of Canada got tested positive yesterday.
Yeah,
and
Prime Minister.
He's had all 3 of his shots.
Yep.
That's
the thing.
It doesn't work.
Every day I'm seeing someone who has been
fully
vaccinated,
it doesn't work.
Boosted, and still getting it and still getting sick, and people who have gotten the one shot and died.
Right.
And, this is all bullshit.
Yeah, Star Wars sucked whoever you are.
Who all knows about the little yellow bird with the yellow bill? Because Washington's going to know about it real soon.
From over there in Luke and Larson.
Oh, okay.
So, but yeah, I'm just really fed up with all of this stuff, watching people die, and then Pfizer trying to push through today for children 6 months to 5 years to get vaccinated.
Yeah, they don't care. It's all about the money, guys. Just follow.
It's all about the money that they're wanting to make. It's always been about the money
and control. It's about control and money. That's all it is.
And we have to pay for it. That's the part that's really pissing me off. Is that, it's free, it's free, it's free. No, it's your tax dollars, people.
The stupid Democrats all come out, we got to do it for the people. They could care less about you, everybody. They could care less.
The thing about it is all these 1 billion home test kits that's being mailed out, they weren't manufactured here in the United States. They were manufactured in China.
Yep.
Right.
Just like the stupid mask they're ordering and sending out. It says made in China.
Yep.
Because guess who's in bed with the Chinese? Yeah, Biden and all his boys. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it is. Follow the money.
So,
I don't think they realize how bad, even though they banned bump stocks, binary triggers, they can ban this shit all day long.
Right. And we'll still find a way to kill them.
Well, it's not just that, but a lot of these things weren't regulated, so nobody's going to turn anything in.
Right.
And I'm still looking for a mom and pop shop that's willing to sell without the ATF nosing in on this, since Texas passed the suppressor bill. So yeah, just because you ban shit doesn't mean other people. I have 2 coworkers. One with his FFL, so he can get fully automatic weapons. I've got another one that was a firearms manufacturer. So everything that I need to get built, he just happens to have the knowledge to make it. No, I'm not admitting I have nothing yet. Nothing yet. So you can't catch me just yet. Everything I have is legal. But there are thousands of people like this out there that you really think that, you're going to come and mandate and do kidnapping teams and force vaccinations and let China in? Bro, we're going to turn skeet shooting gone wild.
Oh, yeah.
Look, freedom seeds. If you shoot one, you get a reward at the end. What do you mean? If you shoot one, you get whatever he's carrying. Free guns, free ammo. And we're going to be sitting out here like a bunch of hillbilly rednecks, blaring country music, sitting on the beds of trucks just because the largest unofficial army in the world is hunters. Let's not forget, 90% of these guys are trained snipers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, been trained to handle a weapon.
Yeah,
no, not just trained to handle a weapon. Long range. We're talking 500-600 yards.
Yeah, deer hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and some of us haven't forgot how to shoot.
That's right.
Sorry.
So yeah,
like riding a bicycle, you never forget.
That's right. I didn't get a marksman ribbon for nothing.
Yeah, you also get those moonshiners out there. With
that was one thing I did want to get out.
Anything.
I had to get that sucker, and when I went to basic, I had to get that. That was the main goal.
My favorite thought is there are rednecks that join the military. So you have a bunch of good old boys getting trained by the military to go and do God knows what, get out, and then they're still rednecks. They're just highly trained rednecks.
Yeah.
Like if that
they're better trained now than they were when they went in.
Yeah, if that thought doesn't terrify you or make your butthole pucker just a little bit, I don't know what will. Because rednecks on their own are terrifying. The shit they come up with is mind-boggling how they invented it.
There we go.
Now they're trained. And they get paid by the government just to exist at this point in time, as long as they got their disability. So they have stupid amounts of money to do whatever the hell they want to with.
And time.
And time.
I don't know about you guys, man. I think I was shooting BB guns when I was like 4 or 5.
I want to say
something like that.
6 to 8.
Yeah, I mean, I just grew up just shooting and just target practice and all that.
Well, I was shooting
when I was
5.
I'm a little red around the collar. I'm not that bad.
Yeah, even on the weekends, we load up we knew a couple SPs on base and that, we had our share of guns. We'd all just get together and we'd go down a creek bed and just shoot the crap out of anything that moved.
There's a lot of moccasins out there.
See, whenever we had family reunions or just family get-togethers, we didn't have reunions and get-togethers. We had skirmishes.
Yep. That sounds like my family reunion. Somebody always died.
There was always a fight, and there's a trip to the hospital.
Yeah. Yep, it never failed. Mm-hmm. Never failed. Good times.
Yeah,
absolutely.
As long as you wasn't on the receiving end of getting hurt or going to the hospital, then it was a good time.
When we were in Kentucky, and my daughter goes, "Mom, make sure you're careful." She goes, "These people down here might hurt you," and I said, "I ain't worried about them." She goes, "But you never know." And I said, "I'm not their family, so they're not going to lash out at me with the hatchet in their trunk."
Don't bet on it. Don't bet on it.
No, actually, nothing ever happened to me out there. And
they didn't kill you?
So I just want to remind everybody of the escalation.
Yeah, they always ask me out.
Well, I'm from East Tennessee, up in the mountains, and there's certain areas of those mountains, even today, unless you know somebody up there, you don't go there.
No, you don't go up there.
Kentucky.
And they know you by how your truck sounds.
And out there,
so we can distinguish who you are by your vehicle.
Do you know how they knew who I was? I look like my mother, so everybody knew who I was.
But I want to talk about
town. They would call my mom and say, "There's Kansas plates here."
I just want to talk about home defense real quick.
Go for it.
Good, yeah.
Okay.
So home defense, normal people, well, somewhat normal people. Baseball bat. They think baseball bat's good home defense. Good home defense. Firearms. Firearms are good home defense. Then there's scary home defense where it's a flashbang and a hatchet. That redneck has been sitting on that flashbang for a while. I promise.
Oh yeah.
We
are cool. That's why
he got out of the military and took whatever he could on his way out. Let's not forget there was an enlisted member. I want to say this was another Florida man story. He got out as he was getting out. He took a rocket launcher to get a fully functioning rocket launcher to give to his father as a separation gift. You really don't think that a lot of these redneck good old boys getting out of the military didn't take a couple things with them?
Isn't the Roomba a vacuum cleaner?
Yes.
Yeah, Claymore. Mm-hmm.
I would say my daughter She has 2 of them. She has one upstairs, one downstairs. Her kids just think the robot vacuums are great. But I could see sending one off in the dark, nobody seeing it, and you're there falling down. We're toast.
Yeah, the 2 SPs that we would go shooting with, one of them worked in the parts. He gave out all the guns, you know, brought them all in, signed them in and everything. Well, he also ordered the parts for the M16s. Well, eventually, you know, some numbers would get changed. Well, he would order the pieces and he would put together his own. He had 2 of his own M16s he brought with him.
It's like the car song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that. And
I got it one piece at a time.
Together.
Johnny Cash. 50,
Yep.
58.
Yeah.
Automobile.
Those were fun.
Oh, a lot of them did.
Do a lot of damage to a turtle and carps and snakes and.
We don't recommend this at home.
I had a friend that worked at
For
the
legal
Ford
reasons,
Motor
these are
Plant down in
jokes.
Playcomo. I wondered why his lunchbox kept getting bigger.
Yeah.
And then I found out why. He'd come home with a small lunchbox, open it up, and go, "Here, boys, full of brand new spark plugs." Right?
Oh, wow.
He went to a bigger one. He came home with a Holly 4-barrel carburetor. And he started doing that. And all we'd have to do is walk around and hum that song.
Yeah.
You know, I got it one piece at a time.
Yeah.
Because the best thing he ever did, he drove the pickup to work one day and came home and had a crated 289 sitting in the back of it.
Oh, crap.
That he drove right up, backed up to the dock. They loaded it in, and he drove out with it.
Talking about an inside job.
Yeah, Lou, I can definitely understand your excitement to get to Texas.
Just to get someplace free. I'll tell you, Ron was talking about earlier, shooting a weapon when he was like 4 or 5 years old. Couldn't do that in New Jersey.
Mm-mm.
Now, before I moved so I lived all over
This
the
BB
place.
gun, I mean,
the thing is you still couldn't do it.
I thought everybody did that.
No.
Yeah.
We were doing
I just thought everyone did it.
We were doing it in Virginia, all the time when we lived there. But when we moved to New Jersey,
I mean,
it was looked down upon.
Yeah,
from all those
you're
Democrats
taught
out there.
gun safety and everything at that age. You just automatically grow up just doing it.
I started teaching both of my kids, or actually all 5 of them, here and there, to handle a gun when they were 2 or 3 years old. I took them out with the 22 short, and I let them shoot it.
Yeah.
I was right there by them. That way they knew that's not something to play with.
Oh, yeah.
We need to feel that it kicks. That
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
need to see what damage it
BB
does.
guns, we knew that.
Yeah.
They could hurt you.
And everything and stuff. That's what Papa taught me and stuff. 5 years old, we're out shooting all the rifles and everything. By the time I'm 7 years old, I've got a 3-shot 410 bolt action out rabbit hunting by myself.
Yep.
Nowadays you wouldn't allow a 7-year-old kid to go out.
No.
Watch me.
But I knew better. If I did something stupid with that gun, I better not go home.
Right.
I won't hesitate to teach any of my grandkids about gun safety. They need to know.
They do. They need to know as soon as they're old enough. I mean, if there's a gun in the house, there could be a gun in anyone's house that they're at. So they
exactly.
Do need to know.
Yep.
And that's what you have to teach them is about the gun in your house, but especially teach them about the gun out on the street and in somebody else's house that they find or anything like that.
Yep.
Do not touch it.
And if you see somebody pull one out, they need to get behind something thick.
Yeah, there's a difference between cover and concealment. Concealment can hide where you're at, but it does absolutely nothing for your body. Cover means they can shoot at it, and at least for a while, it's going to protect you. Knowing
Absolutely.
between the two of them, a door is concealment. You can shoot through doors and drywall. Concealment would be the engine block, concrete walls, concrete barricades, something sturdy.
Yep.
Well, it also depends on what we're firing at. I mean, what you're getting.
Yeah.
The calibers.
Yeah.
Show everyone your light.
But, you know, it's teaching them the right
light
way and stuff nowadays. That's the whole thing. Because all they know is they're on the video game. They're on the video game. I get to choose that, right? And everything. Oh, I got killed. Well, I start over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Realize not the same there, buddy.
Right. But they get to choose all their weapons on there.
I mean, I get to do that for the most part.
I know, but
but you don't get a chance to read a reset button on a game and start over.
Right.
No, I don't get that option, but I get to choose what weapons I really want.
I know.
With the exception, I still want to get all of Marlin 1895 SPL.
We know we're still trying to get you to grow up a little bit, but
that's not going to happen. I've got 2 guns on my wet dream list right now. That's the Marlin and then a Barrett 50 cal.
In a long time.
So I do plan on getting me a 50, and I do plan on getting me the 45-70. Your cover's only good for so long, buddy. This concrete barricade can protect me. He's only shooting 5.56 at me. Wham! What the hell was that? Yeah.
You scare me, Cameron. You scare me.
I scare most people.
He's a big teddy bear.
With some insanity.
With some psycho attitude.
Yeah.
I'm a gun addict.
He likes his toys.
He doesn't have a bipolar attitude. He's always the same keel, so that's good.
For the most part, I do have my ups and downs, but
you know
we all do.
Exactly, everybody does. I'm just saying.
You're pretty even.
But you know what's bad about Cameron? He lives in Texas. He's got all the big rifles you can imagine, and he still hasn't shot a hog out there yet with one.
Nope.
Well, I just told you what's wrong with Cameron. What's bad about Cameron? His ears, they don't work well.
No.
He does not have a hearing problem. He has a listening problem.
I do have a hearing problem.
Well, that's different. That's from shooting guns. But you have
that's from being around a diesel engine for hours and hours. And specifically the 1938 Indy 8 1/8. Yeah,
well,
when your pistons are an eighth and an eighth, 8 inches and 1/8 inch thick.
Yeah. The military is horrible for your hearing loss. That's what the doctor said.
That and your sense of smell.
Yeah,
gunpowder burns your sense of smell out.
Luke, I don't plan on getting a bolt action 50. That's boring. I have bolt action guns. They're fun every now and again. I want the big one. I want the fun one.
Tina, which reservation down there?
He's just got to find a friend that's got some land out there.
Yeah,
there's plenty of hogs down there.
Yeah, you just go, or you could just go a little north.
Just take off on a weekend and go drive to a small town and go have coffee in a coffee shop with all the farmers. You'll find a hogs.
Yeah, Luke, wait till you get to Texas, buddy. As soon as you get settled in Texas, I'm gonna have you come over.
As soon as you get an ID.
Yep. Well,
now is his house up towards Dallas or down there in Houston?
From what I remember, he's down in Houston.
Yeah.
Which means he's going to be in my neck of the woods. He's not getting anything from me, but he can definitely come and look at some toys.
Right. And then when he goes to buy one, make sure you have your ID.
Yes.
And it has to be a U.S. ID.
Yep.
Well, he's got, if I remember right, didn't Luke say he has dual citizenship?
I think so. I think he's already got his citizenship.
Okay, well then he's good to go.
Larson's
I thought Luke was already over here.
Not yet.
Not yet.
March, he said.
Oh, okay.
He tried coming over. He flew into Canada, and they swiped his passport and sent him back home.
because he flew to
Why?
Canada.
Because
Yep, no, you can't get into Canada.
can't get into U.S. through Canada and everything like that.
Thing
But
is, they
they
don't
put him
want
on a.
you-
They put him on
Has
a.
he
cruise-
not seen the news here lately? Just come in through Mexico City.
Right.
That's what we
It's
told him.
open passport thing.
Yeah,
just walk
walk right in.
across.
That's what I said earlier.
And then the government will give him more money.
Yeah.
That's right. They'll give him at least $25,000 to set up housekeeping.
And if
Yep.
he comes through Mexico, he can buy me the Barrett.
Cheap in Mexico, probably.
Well, I wasn't saying, but I mean,
Right.
with the money they're giving it,
Yeah, bring some tequila up too
Oh, no.
while you're coming in.
Yeah, hogs are open season all year long down there, Tina. Now,
Yeah.
don't even need a license. You can be out of state and go down
Because
there
they're
and shoot them.
nuisance animals.
Same way in Oklahoma, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They
she was
caused-
talking about
I want to say we pulled the numbers. It was like $1.3 billion annually
Mm-hmm.
in damages.
Yep,
Yeah,
They're bad.
that's just in Texas.
No, that's nationwide.
No,
Texas-
that wasn't nationwide.
Nope, there he goes with the numbers again.
Well, I'm pretty sure that was just Texas,
Lance.
because I know Florida, Texas, Louisiana, down in there,
Arkansas.
Arkansas,
Oh, don't hang on that.
you know, are getting just ripped.
$400 million in Texas annually.
400 million. Okay.
400 million. So we're in the billions nationwide.
Yep.
Here.
Yep. And that's why they put them, you know, open on them. So anyway,
Huh? It went south.
So, are y'all planning another investigation anytime soon?
yeah.
When are we coming up there?
Anytime you want to come up here.
I will.
My plan
When are
is
you, Sally? When are you going to be in the area?
I have no idea right now. I know the end of February, I'm putting everything in storage. And I'm just going to live out of the truck for a while. Be paying rent every month and having a house full of stuff that I don't ever get to see.
Right.
I
I
agree.
know how that is.
My plan is I've got a week vacation. I get a week off for Christmas. I'm going to try and save my vacation for Christmas time, take 2 weeks off, come up for about a week and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the drive. Me and Carl can go make some things disappear.
Yeah, we can do that up there.
Because I'm coming. I'm coming loaded like a third world country.
What?
That's this thing over there.
So, Denise, did I hear you right when you were talking about hosting a Bigfoot conference or show or something?
Yeah, I have a Bigfoot show coming up in March. Bigfoot Fact and Fiction. With Jay Bakachin, he has a show on Prime, and I think maybe even on DVD and stuff, called Finding Jay. And he does a bunch of stuff about Bigfoot. He's up in Wisconsin. We got Carter Bushart up here in Liberty, Missouri, and then the other guy is Brian Impray out of Oklahoma.
Awesome.
I thought it would be good to have on somebody in Oklahoma.
But you don't know when the show's are?
It's in March.
Oh, in March.
Mr. Ruby has my phone, so it's on my calendar. So I can't see
Okay.
my calendar.
We'll let you know the exact date.
Yeah, I'll post it as soon as I know when it is. But got a lot.
Now, is it's going to be online?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, by then it may be video as opposed to just audio.
Which shouldn't change anything.
No, it shouldn't change anything other
than your.
Yeah, my chat room will be different at that point.
Chat room will be like it is over here, and
I don't know what
thing.
program she's using.
You might ought to do the video.
So
start the video stuff after the Bigfoot show because you may make the face.
Yeah, Luke. Once you get to Texas, we're definitely gonna revamp some things.
Where are you?
You and me are gonna.
Oh, chummy.
Yeah, he gets down there.
I got a friend for you to call.
I have to get some money rounded up and get down there. But
So what's the next hot topic on Second Amendment?
Usually that doesn't come up till that day. So
what gun are you going to clean this week?
I'm going to do the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield for Sally to show her the difference between the Glock and the Smith & Wesson, because I'm a much bigger fan of the Smith & Wesson over the Glock beyond anything. Right. Just kind of show her some different options and things to look for. I know Wally has a guest he's wanting to bring on. So that'll be fun. And I know Carl's working on getting us a guest from your governor.
Well, I'll be getting Mark Alford on here in a couple of weeks.
Cool.
Yeah, on there. And if everything goes right, Vincent is setting up a face-to-face talk with Governor Parsons.
Awesome.
Here in Missouri. And going to try to get him on his show, and I'm going to try to get him on our Second Amendment show to talk about our Second Amendment preservation state.
I like Governor Parsons.
Yeah.
We got to hear him speak in Marshville.
Hey, Irene.
When we were there for the 4th of July back, in
a couple years ago.
2020.
Yeah. When
everything else was shut down, this town still had its continuous parade. The longest continuous 4th of July parade in the country.
Yeah, we're planning on going again.
Marshville, Missouri.
I love when California tries to ban fireworks for the 4th of July. And then you go outside, and you go out in California on 4th of July, and the sky is lit up.
Oh, yeah.
We banned those. Yeah, you did.
Or something.
Just like you try and ban guns.
Yeah, and Leah.
It's not a good thing. Not a good thing.
Just because you try to doesn't mean it works.
No.
It's the 4th of July. What do you expect is going to happen? People are going to drink. People are going to party. People are going to blow shit up.
I think we all need to start calling it Independence Day again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And because that's what it is.
Yep.
United States Independence Day or American Independence Day.
Oh, that's right. Your Scottish friend is finally discharged, isn't he? We're supposed to have Luke's got a Scottish friend that was in the military. He's supposed to be coming on as a guest at some point in time. You were also on the grid for a long time, Luke.
Oh, they may revoke his class 3 if he does.
Yeah, he's got to be very particular about some of the things.
This is a Scottish military man officer that we had to wait for him to get out of the service to come on our show.
And he still has restrictions because of his level security.
Clearance, yeah.
I know I signed a 75-year contract not to talk about specific things on submarines. By the time 75
when you have Alzheimer's, you can talk about it all you want, right?
Yeah. If you can remember it or you're not dead.
So like my dad, I mean, there were things that he couldn't talk about out of the Air Force.
Yeah, same here.
That, on his deathbed, he did reveal, and it was kind of shocking.
It's amazing what secrets that people will keep.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Especially to their deathbed, which there's a story about the guy who killed all the people in the Villisca Axe murders and the other ones that claimed on his deathbed that he did it.
Yep.
And
I saw a paranormal show on that 2 days ago.
The Villisca Axe murder house?
Yep.
I can tell you some stories that are
he not only admitted those, he talked about all the other ones he did in Colorado and Illinois and Indiana,
Kansas,
here. Yeah, he
over
he
50.
killed He was a serial killer.
Yep.
And he's not the one from the book, The Man on the Train.
No.
That's different.
No.
They just covered a whole bunch of different murders.
Yeah, it wasn't the Reverend.
No, it wasn't him. And it wasn't.
There it is. That explains what the Class 3 is.
Maybe he needs to come to Texas too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that class,
that's what I thought it was.
Well, that's good. Then we just don't ask him those types of questions about what he can own.
right.
So
Okay, we're getting down to the wire because we got another show coming on Things Network right after we're done. So anyway, but Cameron, tell everybody a little bit more about your other show.
Obviously, you can find me and Carl here on Paranormal Nation Radio, Not So Normal with Denise and Ron. You can also find myself, Carl, and Waltrip on Second Amendment Ranch Friday nights, 6 p.m. Central Time to 8 p.m. Central Time. You can also find us me and Wally, Friday nights from 9 p.m. Central Time to 11 p.m. Central Time with Free Speech, Free Stupidity.
Yeah, that turned into a very adult, hilarious show.
Yeah, this is definitely not a show for your kids.
No.
well, that's why it's on after prime time.
That's right.
Keep that in mind. If people don't remember what prime time is,
No.
I know.
exist anymore. With DVRs, it doesn't exist. So,
Right.
but
And Denise, tell everybody where they can find your show and what's going on.
as Cameron said, you can find me here every Tuesday night with these guys. I don't know why, but it's fun. And I'm on WBHM-DB.com every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central, provided there's nobody sick or something happens. This week, my guest is Dave Spinks. I loved having Dave on. You may have seen him on shows such as Unexplained, These Woods Are Haunted, and some other things. So he's got some Bigfoot, UFO, and paranormal stories. And he's also the owner of Willow's Weep, one of the most haunted houses in the state of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be good talking to Dave again. I haven't seen him personally since.
Him in a while.
Yeah, we met him at the Sally House, and we've been friends with him ever since. And just a really good guy.
Right. And Sally, we want to thank you again for coming on the show. It's always pleasure to have you on here.
I appreciate you sharing your UFO story.
I've got UFO stories, I got Bigfoot stories, and I got all kinds of stories. So I appreciate y'all letting me come on and share. I enjoy hanging out with y'all.
Yeah.
Well,
enjoy all of your shows.
Yeah, I told Carl we need to get you. When I saw your comment, I said we need to get you on here. I wanted to hear it. I wanted to hear the story about.
I just wish I could have got the video to go with the story because it was truly amazing. And then about 4 days later, 9 of the orbs were videoed from above cloud by an airline pilot out on the West Coast.
Right.
So that was pretty amazing. That made national news.
Yeah. There are so many websites out there that we could be talking about that have all this information on there about the MUFON sightings and all that. In fact, I'm trying to get Jean Walker on. She is the head of our MUFON in Missouri. I met her weeks ago. She's a real nice lady. And Margie Kay, she's also a big UFO person. And so it's always interesting to hear their stories because I can't, even though I kind of can't believe it, I got to believe it because I don't know. Because again, we're going to go back to way back when we said we can't be the only life forms in the galaxies.
No, I don't. And
that
the galaxies overlap somehow, some way. They have to.
Right.
Yeah. Well, if you look back to the 1957, 59 9mm video of the alien that was being interrogated out on 51, that got leaked out, you'll be surprised.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Our 2 hours is up here, folks. So again, I want to thank everybody. Thank everybody in our chat room, following the Bill of Rights Network on Facebook, and following Things Network. So we will see you all next week, same time. Here. Have a good evening.
All right, y'all.